It's week 9 of the National Football League, and we have Stephon Gilmore. He'll make you pay if you throw his way too often. It's the Lions and the Packers, and it's all up next.
It's a venue and a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've got a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In the season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we push through the heart of the season. Any team with hopes beyond Week 18, they got to be figured out. They figure out who they are and what they are right now. Their biggest strengths and their most glaring weaknesses. In this game, well, it's about emphasizing those strengths, hiding those weaknesses, and playing some winning football.
Khalif Raymond to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
A 400-plus yard passing day, it takes everybody. It takes protection. It takes your eligible playmakers to make those catches and gain your yards. But it also takes a red-hot quarterback playing with tremendous confidence and belief in what he can do. Now, well, his teammates are counting on him to do it again.
Throw complete to Williams. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap here to Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Rashawn Gary with that tackle. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
This is Gibbs on second down, and they'll mark him down there after the dive. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with third and long.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. He's got it deep downfield. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Badgley with the extra point. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Badgley on to kick this one away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. Bringing them out, someone who wowed last year in his first chance as a starter, Jordan Love.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and 3 now.
Set.
That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go. Yellow, Lonnie, black swap.
Running on first here with Jacobs. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A 5th defensive back into the game for the Lions. 3rd down
Ready.
coming.
Set.
Love from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Check White.
A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Set. Cut. Ready.
They stick with Jacobs. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go, set.
First down throw, here's Love. This finds Downs. And they take him down right along the 30. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Fight, 97. Hut.
Love now to throw. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin.
Let's go.
They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And the Lions get him. Down he goes. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down.
Set, ready.
Another try following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the back-to-back sacks, nice work by the defense there, sets him up with a third down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long.
Set. Hut.
Shotgun now for Love. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Off the mark there, incomplete pass.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
White. Hut.
Love looking to pass. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal.
Set.
Love to throw again. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now they're left with 4th and goal. Mickatommy's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions and their wide receivers set for this next possession. And as he approaches the 100-catch mark for the season, you can see that his pace has been among the best in the NFL so far. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Goff. This is complete to Gibbs. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by Quay Walker.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
3rd down run by Gibbs. Has the 1st and more past midfield. Reaches the 30. Barrels in for the touchdown. The Lions now lead by 10. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Badgley for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions drive their lead to 11. Badgley on to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. The Green Bay offense returning to the field for their 2nd possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to.
Here we go. Set, cut.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Love. Wow, wide open here. Complete. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Packers cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Goff to the air now. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Coming right is Gibbs. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. Keyshawn Nixon returning this for the Packers. His work begins at the 31. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Packers will take over possession. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Set, punt. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 16 at the 31-yard line.
Down. Set, punt. Ready.
Handoff here to Jacob. He loses the football. But it looked like the Packers were able to cover it. No turnover, they keep possession. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
After review
Take
of the
that
play,
fumble away. The
ruling on
officials
fielding
overturn the
reversed.
call and say he was down.
Here we go. Ready.
3rd and long. Here's Love. Sideline. He's got it, and he gets the feet down, too. Well, 3rd and 15. You don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
Let's go. Ready.
Thrown on 1st down. Love gets this one to Watson. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout.
Ready. Switch. Yellow. Opposite. Green.
Love out of the shotgun. Taken in by Dobbs.
Let's go.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Pass is cut at the 9. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers get some late points and the lead. Christian Watson with the touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
Groupie to try that point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers push their lead to 3. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions gonna go on offense here late in the half. And with exactly 1 minute left to go, they've got some time, but they've got to work fairly quick. 1st down throw from Goff. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 76. 76.
Goff setting to throw. St. Brown's got it, complete. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. Now timeout taken by Green Bay, that's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred. They'll go for it. Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Hut.
Play fake. It's Love. He's going to push one deep down there. And the defender comes away with it. Picked off by Xavier Howard.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They've got a man in motion. Goff on 1st and 10. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. That one is not going to get any easier to watch during film study, Brock. Some chances to go down, but instead opting to keep extending the play, and then all of a sudden in the end zone for a safety.
Yeah, ultimately there just comes a time where you've got to understand where you are on the field, right? Hey, I'm trying to make a play. I'm trying to make a play. That's all great in the middle of the field. But when you're in the danger zone like this, and you can give that defense 2 points and energize the other side, you got to know where you are on the field and just get rid of the ball.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Ready.
Takes the handoff, now Love. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Set. Blue check.
Love from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's on the move. He's running for it. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their 3rd and final one. Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down.
Let's go now. Ready.
Throwing, Love. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. Set.
To the air with Love. Throwing for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Brian Branch has it. And the Lions intercept the final throw for the end zone, and that is how our first half's going to end.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the 2nd quarter. James Conner, a touchdown run in that 1st half. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati, Ohio to check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Hunter Renfrow leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. It was the Packers' leading man, quarterback Jordan Love, who turned in a solid performance in that 1st half. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the 1st half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the 2nd half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the 2nd half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Badgley on to kick this one away. Nixon now to return it. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting second right now across the league in rushing yards. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set, hut, check, pink, yellow, line.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Going run again with Jacobs. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Let's go. Black one, check white, Smith red.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways.
Set, ready. Set, go.
Shotgun now for Love. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Come on, set.
From the 43. That's him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
That's into the hands of Downs. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Running right, here's Jacobs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Let's go now. Set, hut.
Throwing now off play action. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Lions are gonna have it. And he's gonna hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the 2nd half. You have all that data from the 1st half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the 2nd.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Come on.
Throwing is gone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. It's taken in by Williams. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. If only every game could go like this for him, right? He's been fed targets, and it seems like he's not just been able to bring them in, but he's been making good things happen every time he gets that football.
I'm having Marvin Harrison flashbacks right now, Kate. Being on the sidelines, watching that guy work, and in games like this, moments like this, where you can't feed him enough because that defense just simply has no answers.
On first down, it's Goff. He's got time here. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Throwing again, it's Goff. Completed to his running back. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Working inside the red zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, this is something we've been monitoring, and it's actually happened for just the third time ever. A player has caught 20 touchdowns in a single season as he joins a couple of the greatest to do it, Jerry Rice and Randy Moss, in this exclusive club. The Lions offense looks like they're staying out there. We got a two-point try coming up.
Will set up for the two-point
Whirl it.
He's throwing for it. And that pass is caught inside the end zone. The two-point try comes through, and their lead's a field goal now.
19. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Lions.
Badgley on to kick this one away. Nixon now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Go.
Another try following the sack. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Set. Hut.
Love out of the shotgun. That's complete to Musgrave. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down.
Ready.
Love now. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. The Packers send out their punting unit. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. No return on that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. This, our last play of the quarter. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. This is the end of the third quarter. It's Lions ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Second and 6 coming up here. One of the tight ends motioning left. They go play action with Goff. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Goff on third. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, the coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
He breaks the tackle. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be their football. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Switch, yellow.
Play fake, it's Love. He shovels this one forward. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go. Set, punt.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, right.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Set, ready. Opposite, green, blue, check.
Jacobs running behind center.
On the ball.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Ready up.
All right, here we go, 2nd down.
Come on, set. Punt, punt.
Handoff running left, Jacobs. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. That's 8 yards for the gain, and that narrows it to just 5 yards needed on 3rd down.
Ready, ready. Check pink.
Love from the gun. That's completed right side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield. Good play into a great play.
Gets them a couple there in a very good spot now with 2nd and goal from the 1.
Ready. Here we go. Yellow, Lonnie, black swap, check white.
Trying it again with Dillon. And he gets in, touchdown! The Packers take a 4th quarter lead. A.J. Dillon, the touchdown. Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers take a 4-point lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's Raymond on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. They've got first down from the 31. Out of the shotgun, gone. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw it. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
They'll motion a tight end left. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to go. He finds Laporta. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions push their lead to 3.
Packers 26.
Badgley on to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Out now runs the Packer offense.
Ready, break.
They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here.
Drill, 52. Blaster.
1st down throw. Here's Love. On target to Musgrave. And what a hit there. Alex, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10.
Shotgun now for Love. Hauled in by Musgrave. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers down by only 3. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go, sack.
Throwing, Love. Oh no, the ball is loose! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to the...
Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble.
Red, switch, yellow.
Back to throw. Ball finds his running back. It's A.J. Dillon. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
That's another Green Bay Packer.
Shotgun give now to Dillon. Broke through the tackle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
On the double.
The Packers take their first time out.
Down. Hut, hut. Hut, hut.
Setting up to pass. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's Raymond on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with these looks all game. He'll look to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here he is to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it deep downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
48 yards. And the Lions first down.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Off play action, Goff. A bit of desperation on this. They connect on the deep shot. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them, and they cashed in when it really mattered.
And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game.
Packers 33.
Badgley on to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys and friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. To the air with Love. Escapes the pocket. He calls his own number again. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game.
Let's go. Set, cut.
From the 43. Rolling left, buying some time. So the Lions get the win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Green Bay.